Hello everybody, my name is Bacrot and today I'm going to show you another great game of Magnus Carlsen. And this game is coming from Fide World Cup 2021 where Magnus Carlsen is playing great chess, and I'm looking forward and I wish to Magnus Carlsen to win a World Cup at 2021. But right now his opponent was Etienne Bacrot. Etienne Bacrot is a strong chess grandmaster, but as we know, Magnus Carlsen is former world chess champion and his duty is to play for win against everybody. So a4, bishop to b7, d3, d6. Spanish with move d3, it's not the most dangerous opening to black, but it's a really solid opening and it's hard for black to find anything here to play for win. So it's up to Magnus Carlsen how he will handle this position and how he will play this position. Okay, because this move is interesting. White played move bishop to d2 and Magnus Carlsen was thinking 27 minutes, and after this time he was playing move queen to d7. And this move is not bad at all. Of course, at first this queen is going to watch b5 pawn and both rooks are free to go anywhere. So I hope you will enjoy this game, this video as well. So thank you very much for every likes and new followers. Every new follower will make my day. Thank you, and let's come back. Knight to c3, and maybe it's not surprised that we saw a Spanish opening, so Magnus Carlsen will build a typical Spanish position. At the first, he is going to attack a bishop on b3, and this bishop is a really important piece for white, so it makes sense that white will go to a2, and of course c5 is a typical pawn formation in a Spanish opening. This knight is a bad knight, and of course one day we'll go back to c6, where he should think about moves like knight to d4 or one day knight to b4. Of course, this knight on c6 is supporting or defending move e5, and that's his duty. So white played knight to e2. Of course, as we know, this knight has to come back, and he did. So knight to g3 and d5. That's a great move, and first great move of this great game, because at the end white will lose. Black will lose this pawn, but it's up to us where we will find a compensation. And watch this game, because this game is really great. So white took, and he should take maybe on e5, but black will take, and bishop to f6. It's the right answer, because pawn on b2 is for free, and this is not a really nice position for white. Of course, this position is open and everything is possible, so I believe that this is position where Magnus Carlsen is playing for win. Let's come back, and for this reason white played move c3. It's not good move bishop to f6 because of a knight on h5, and I'm sure that black is not happy to lose this bishop or to exchange this piece. So Magnus Carlsen played well, and I think this was his best game in FIDE World Cup 2021, and he played rook to d8. Okay, white is going to take pawn on b5 or exchange, and he's taking pawn on e5 as well. So now, yes, it's not a good idea to go to f6, because here is pawn on c3. Makes sense to go to d6. Why? Because black will attack after knight on f4, pawn on g2. Yes, of course, is a question. What's happened if white will take on d5? So black will take and take on g3, and of course this piece is for free, and this is a bad or even a lost position for white. So at least we know what's going on, and white played rook to e1, knight to f4, and that's a great position for Magnus. He is pawn down, but he got two bishops, and two bishops in open position. I believe that this is a strong counterplay. Maybe I prefer black, and even white is pawn up. I think that black has a small advantage. So knight to e4, and of course here is the attack on h2. Maybe g3 move is a bad move at all. You know, it's a danger to play move g3, and let's see this diagonal. One day black will go to c6 and here white will have a big problems. Maybe the right answer here, I'm sure it was to play to h5. This move is not move which is going to attack h7, but maybe is going to save h2 pawn and maybe is going to attack c5 pawn. At least this move looks like interesting, strong and active. But g3 is a small mistake and white is giving good opportunities to black to open or to discover this important diagonal. So, okay, bishop to e5 and f4 is maybe the losing mistake. Okay, not losing, but one more time, this open diagonal is really weak and this important Spanish bishop is too far from this diagonal and of course Magnus Carlsen knows it. So f4 is a mistake. Stronger was to go to e2 and maybe to play move f3 and white need to build a wall against this terrible strong piece on b7. But you know, chess is game full of mistakes and at the end Bacrot played move f4. His king is now weak and that's a great time for great Magnus Carlsen to start attack against him. Bishop to d6 and now of course it's too late to go to h5. You can see that this move was good 2 moves ago, but right now it's too late for him. So this is a nice move. Because in the air, one day will be move f5. Of course, I am telling you one day because here is the pin, but still this threat is there and we know what black is playing. So to h3 and c4, that was a great move because now in the air is move f5. Maybe, of course, c4 is much more stronger than my move to go to h8. White should take here and knight to g5 is a good answer. So check and maybe it's a draw. Okay, maybe it's a draw and I think that black is looking for more than draw. So let's come back and Magnus Carlsen played well. He played another great move and c4 move is great because in the air is move f5, d4 and maybe right now f5 is nearly winning. Okay, rook to knight to f2 and rook to a8. And maybe this is a winning move because it's nearly game over and this is a surprisingly position and bad position for white. Why? Watch this light squares bishop, how this piece is locked and there is no room for this piece. There is no attack and this piece is terribly weak. Maybe I should show you another variation. For example, b3, take, and this pawn is a winning pawn. Even, of course, black has less material, but this is not important in this position. Let's come back because the game is amazing and you will see chess beauty at all. So, rook to e8, d5. Okay, only one move here in this position and Magnus Carlsen is making a small mistake. The better move is check on b6 and of course just knight to f6 is last hope. Okay, this is not last hope but it's interesting option. Check on g4 and queen to f5. I'm sure that both players saw this position and this position looks dangerous to black, but maybe bishop to a3, it's another surprise. At the end, this is great. Okay, take, and here looks like black is winning. Okay, it's hard to say anything because this position is mad, it's crazy, and it's difficult for both players. But I'm sure that bishop to a3 is an invisible move. So let's come back, and Magnus Carlsen took on d5. Still he has advantage and you know it's amazing how he's playing for a win. Right now chess bomb. Black doesn't mind to exchange his queen. So that's a great calculation and then great chess of great Magnus Carlsen. So check here, and of course both players has no huge amount of time, so probably we will not see the best moves ever, but at least this position is really complicated and still should be in the level. And I don't want to tell you that black is winning, but yes, of course here black is winning, but you know, black is still a strong grandmaster and he played a rook to e5. This is only one move, and up to engine, this is the winning move. Don't ask me why engine believed that this is a winning position. I think that normal looking move to take this rook by a bishop is still okay. The biggest problem for white is still this piece on a2, and looks like that white is playing piece down because he is playing without this bishop on a2, and this is great. So check here, and here of course engine is speaking about move g4, and probably this position should be okay. Yes, this position is hard for both players, but it's nice position. Maybe it's still equal, but white made a small mistake. You know what's wrong to play this safe move to g2. Even white doesn't have a big amount of time. I think that this move makes sense, but at the end it's game over. The best answer is to play a rook to d8, and of course idea is check here and check here, check here, f5 is a checkmate, and that was the idea. Yes, another great story of this game, and Magnus Carlsen missed this continuation. Of course, it's hard to see this variation and hard to believe that something like this is there waiting for black, but I understand that bishop to f5 makes sense, and white is trying to keep this position. Of course, to take here is check here and check here, and the big story about this piece on a2 is gone, because this endgame is a lost endgame for white because he doesn't have chance to play with this piece on a2. So that's a crazy game, but okay, what's going on? These two pawns are strong pawns, and if black has got time to go forward, say c3, b2, c1, black is winning. So okay, one more move to g2, bishop to d7, and the last chance for white was to go to c7, and now h3, say tough position, but another normal looking move in a normal position, queen to d5 is losing, because here is the big threat check on h3, and it's hard, or maybe it's impossible for white to save this position. Okay, maybe if here it's here, and you know, as I told you, 1, 2, 3 and game over, and white played to c5, bishop to f6, g6 of course, and now one pawn, c3, g5, and that's game over. White resigned because he's absolutely outplayed. Black's king is a safe position on g7, black's got check on d2, c2 pawn is coming, c1 is winning. And what do you think about this game? I think that that was a really amazing and great game of Magnus Carlsen, and what we saw maybe the game of the year. Maybe absolutely, I think that this game should be the game of the year, because Magnus Carlsen played like chess legend, and of course he is chess legend. So I hope you agree with me. Thank you very much for every like, every follows, and I hope I will see you soon in our another YouTube chess video. See you soon. Bye bye.